YouTube, we have a new Overwatch event called Mirrorwatch that begins today. Mirrorwatch is an arcade mode. It's another LTM limited time event available from now, April 23rd till May 13th. You are invited to explore this parallel reality where the line between good and evil blurs as heroes and villains switch sides. Glimpse into the mirror. So this LTM non-canon event, Overwatch 2 introduces players to a mirror universe where familiar faces adopt new personas, alignments, and abilities. You'll be playing a 5v5 role queue in a world where Mercy leads Talon with a powerful rocket launcher, and Doomfist rallies Overwatch with a new power block shield. Try out the new Mirrorwatch event where heroes swap teams and players must adapt to a whole new dynamic of gameplay. In Mirrorwatch, not only are heroes swapping sides, but they're also equipped with entirely reimagined abilities to reflect their new alignments. Experience your favorite characters in a whole new light as they wield powers of their alternate persona. So instead of reading these notes to you about what Seismic Slam and everything does for new Strike Commander Doomfist, let's just go in game right now. For Seismic Slam, you can leap and smash the ground, grant overhealth to yourself and nearby allies when leaping. So this is a hybrid of Junker Queen's Shout. If I start my Seismic Slam near my allies, they get overhealth, and when I land on them, I get overhealth as well. Here we go. Do the damage. I got 110 overhealth. My teammates get overhealth. Next, we have Power Block. Project a shield that blocks frontal attacks. Blocking heavy damage empowers the rocket punch. So where's the heavy damage? There we go. Now I have my empowered punch. Empowered punch still works the same as before, except I yell and gain a lot of overhealth. The next final thing is Meteor Strike. You press your ultimate to leap up into the air, or Q, move to the targeting circle, then press left mouse button or primary fire to strike the targeted area, and grant allies overhealth. So it works the same, but if you land near allies, it appears you give them overhealth. You deal damage, gain a shit ton of overhealth, and so do your teammates. And that is Doomfist in Mirrorwatch. For Reinhardt, his barrier field now deploys a frontal energy barrier that increases the damage of allied projectiles. You increase your movement speed upon braking. So this is a walking Baptiste amplification matrix from Walmart. So obviously it moves, but it doesn't double the damage. If we have our Ana shoot through it, it's about a 15% damage increase. It's normally 70 damage for a shot, now it's doing 80.5. So allies shooting through it get a 15% damage increase, and when it's broken, I move a lot faster. Next, Reinhardt's passive is called Frenzy, where if you damage somebody from a rocket hammer, it increases your attack speed. So my swings get faster. And finally, the last change is Earth Shatter. It says knock down all enemies in a narrow path in front of you. While Earth Shatter is a lot more narrow, like a dick. It's like instead of a cone, it's like a dick shatter, giant line. 275 damage. But if you get up really close to the base of the shaft, you can double the damage and crit with your shatter, and it does 550. Like so. So for Zarya, for her particle cannon, it seems like the primary fire beam is the same, but the secondary fire consumes 51 ammo and shoots a straight line energy beam that passes through all targets. It's basically Overwatch 1 Symmetra, if you remember it. It looks like the range is pretty big too. I'm shooting it all the way here, and it grabs and ticks enemies like it's a Moira orb. So that actually might be a better comparison. It passes through a bunch of enemies like a Moira orb. You can see the effect of it too. You see that line? And obviously if you have higher energy, it will do more damage. So for the new particle barrier, damage blocked by barriers increase obviously the particle cannon damage, so bubbles give you energy. That's what it means. But barriers now knock back and damage enemies upon expiring. Bubble like normal, but when it expires, slight little knockback, and it does damage. So the damage scales with energy, but the knockback doesn't increase or anything. Projected barrier. Create a damage barrier around an ally. Damage blocked by barrier increases my energy, of course, and it knocks back enemies. Same thing. Same concept with self and ally bubble. Last, Graviton Surge now pushes enemies away. It's called Expulsion Zone. If you guys played Heroes of the Storm in Zarya, it's the same thing. It now pushes people away from the center, like so. For Bastion, Configuration Recon now shoots a shotgun instead. Look at the spray pattern. Nice little star pattern shotgun. Next, configuration intel reveals nearby enemies and will increase your attack and reload speed. It's basically just a buff. Next, we have the updated A36 tactical grenade. Fire a bomb that bounces off walls and explodes when it impacts the enemies or the ground. Deal no damage to yourself. So it looks like it acts like the same thing, except it has no self-damage, which is basically encouraging you to rocket jump. And you go really high. And the last thing is configuration reinforcement. Become immobile and deploy 4 allied slicers. What the heck? Little Cell Juniors. I'm Cell. Sticky bombs. Fire a volley of homing sticky bombs that detonate after a delay. Whoa. Oh yeah, they sort of home, but not true homing. So it seems like if they're standing still, it'll sort of like, it's a hinder from Walmart. Like, yeah, Cassidy's hinder from Walmart. It's very budget. If my target is moving, just strafe in one direction, I feel like it's very hard to home and follow. Yeah, you can dodge it very easily as long as you're just strafing and moving. Next, updated flight. Fly forward quickly and then free fly briefly. Damage and knock enemies back. So it's like a little forward glide. The movement goes crazy here. Focusing beam. Channel a beam for a few seconds that slows enemies and then deals very high damage to targets with less than half health. Seems like the only difference is slowing them as well. But when they... Big DPS. Obviously, this is a tank, so they're holding like a lot more HP, but seems pretty much the same. Minus it just slows, it just has the bonus of slowing an enemy. All right, for Echo's ultimate duplicate, it has a bonus maximum efficiency. Your attack speed is a lot quicker. Your cooldowns are a lot faster, obviously. Here we go. All right, for Agent Colomar's Sombra. For hack, it says hold to hack your allies, not enemies, allies only. Hacked allies now have an increased attack speed and overhealth. 75 overhealth, super fast attack speed. When you hack a health pack, they spawn faster, of course, and they can't be taken by the enemy. And it looks like the hack range got buffed like crazy because I'm sitting all the way back here and I'm still in hack range. I'm basically support Sombra. So for Virus, instead of dealing a lot of damage, it does much less damage now over time. Especially with armor. It does normally 60 damage now. With armor, reduces it to 42, but it decreases the damage that your enemies deal. A big debuff. So you can see each swing now only does 50 damage. And then finally, Agent Colomar's Sombra's ultimate is now called not EMP, it's antivirus. Obviously, you can't EMP enemies. You grant health and increased attack speed to yourself and nearby allies like so. Oh my god, it's Lucio beat and attack speed. Very nice. All right, for Tracer's Blink, you teleport in the direction you're moving in. That's normal. But now, if you want to teleport additional times, you will take 60 damage like so. It doesn't let you die, though. So if you blink extra times, it'll cut it off and you're capped out until I heal. All right, and finally, the new passive is called Bloodthirst. If you deal enough continuous damage, you get faster attack speed and lifesteal. So I'm maintaining my rage meter right now. Building it up, building it up. Boom. Now I'm angry. Now I'm full rage. I'm life stealing. Bloodthirst. All right, for Widowmaker, Captain Lacroix. First change is Widow's Kiss. Only difference here when you scope in is if you're at 100% power, the moment you shoot them, you'll get a reveal. Like so. If you don't do full damage, it will not reveal. So if I'm not at full power and I go like 80%, it doesn't reveal. Only 111. 120 is the full damage. Full damage, now they're revealed. Next ability is called Silk Shield. Place a protective barrier. What the heck? Like a baby Sigma shield. A baby Orisa shield from Overwatch 1. And then finally, for Infrasight, the ultimate, you now highlight weak points on the enemy.
Evil can't hide from my sight.
So I don't reveal them through walls. It just highlights their head for me. So the weak points, so it's not always the head, and your allies can use it. So it extends a weak point, and it looks like allies can use it as well. All right, so now on to Arch Commandant Amari, aka Evil Ana. First change is Biotic Rifle. The only difference now is it can headshot. I'm paraphrasing. Thank God. 70 to the body, 140 to the head. All right, for Biotic Grenade, it works pretty much the same, but now it reduces healing instead of a full anti-effect. And the damage looks like it's a lot less. So the healing afterwards, much less. And then finally for Nano Boost, only used on yourself to reduce damage taken. Biotic Rifle increases ally healing and reduces enemy healing. So this is a pretty juiced ability. Self Nano.
Now it's my turn.
I basically amped healing when they're lower. And while, ooh, they basically get the full amped effect, as you can see visually as well. For Brig, first change is Repair Pack. It heals allies like normal, but it also grants them Lifesteal. Here's the demo.
Here, take this.
Boom, Lifesteal. Okay, for Whip Shot, if you launch your flail forward, you can pull the enemy closer. Like not a true hook, but like a little bit of a pull forward. A little excuse me. Next, for Barrier Shield, you hold your secondary fire to deploy a frontal energy barrier. Blocking damage empowers your shield bash. So there's a meter that's built up, and now there's flames coming out of my shield. And if I bash, it's empowered, and it ignites them and does 150 damage instead of 50 damage. For Mercy, you hold primary fire to heal an ally, okay? Okay, that definitely looks faster. We can now hold secondary fire, the damage boost, to increase an ally's damage like normal, inflicted, or whatever, but it now deals damage to nearby enemies over time, like so. That's a pretty long range if you ask me. New Soul Burn. Detonate a fallen ally or enemy. Diabolical, 200 plus damage, 210. And it works on enemies as well. Once my cooldown's ready, pop, 215. Okay, finally, Revenge. Gain the ability to fly and fire rockets. Abilities are enhanced.
Heroes never die.
What the heck am I looking at? So for Zen's Harmony Orb, you can throw an orb, obviously, to heal your allies, but if you deal damage, you can increase your healing. So the Zenyatta, needs to be doing headshot damage to increase it, like so. The healing is pretty standard amounts, but now if I headshot, pew, 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 you see that? See the effect? So, Orb of Discord. If you launch this orb at an enemy, you can poison them, and if I crit them, it'll poison additional enemies. So Discord now does 10 damage poison every second is what it looks like. So let me break Discord for a second. Normally, an orb does 48 damage. If you Discord them, it doesn't do like the 25% more damage. It still does 48 per orb. So normal Discord doesn't amplify your damage. But if I Discord somebody and I headshot one, the poison will spread. The last change is the ultimate, which is called not Transcendent, it's called Interdiction Zone. You press your Q, or your ultimate, to aim at a location, then press your primary fire to create a field that prevents enemies from using abilities.
Experience tranquility.
So this is a point and click EMP.
Experience tranquility.
Yeah, it'll stop Reinhardt. It's basically just an EMP. Is that it? That's it.